Hey guys, welcome to AFC Game by Game, where today I'm going to be discussing the Arsenal versus Norwich City match. So going into this game on the back of a 2-1 win against West Brom. Again, every game we've got to treat it as a cup final now, and we did that exactly today. We pressed Norwich really high up the field, and we really should have scored in that first half. First half was actually quite quiet. We did dominate the game, did come quite close. I mean, there were a few penalty shouts in the first half, especially when Reveiw was brought to the ground by one of the Norwich City defenders. There's also another chance for Arsenal to get a goal when Reveiw hit the crossbar. Also another chance in the first half when Reveiw rounded the goalkeeper and had an awful shot on goal. Just want to quickly discuss Reveiw because I think over the past couple of games he has been our star man and probably our man of the match. I mean, he was voted on Arsenal.com as Arsenal's man of the match against West Brom, which he rightly deserved. But today Reveiw was absolutely appalling. I didn't think Ramsey was that good either, but Reveiw just stood out as someone who was particularly bad. I mean, against West Brom he was taking around defenders. Today he tried to do that, he couldn't. I'm not sure what it was, but he's got to be our most inconsistent player. Probably the most inconsistent player in the Premier League. I mean, I'm not saying we should sell him. I know I've said that before, but I'm not going to say that now because it's obvious that he can bring something to Arsenal, especially when the likes of Theo Walcott, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Podolski are injured, because he can play anywhere in that front position. But today he should have done so much better, especially when he rounded the goalkeeper. He really should have scored there. Should have hit it first time. Unfortunately, he carried on following the ball and he didn't get it in the back of the net. I'm sure he'll bounce back though next. Well, if he plays against Everton midweek, I'm sure he'll bounce back there. So by half time we had a majority of the possession. We had about 60-70% of possession, and we hadn't allowed Norwich to have a single shot on goal. Defence had been very tight today, and we'd also brought back Thomas Vermaelen as Per Mertesacker was suspended obviously due to his red card at West Brom. Good chance for Vermaelen to prove himself. I actually thought he did very well today. Solid performance, but I still don't think he's captain material. Although he was very good today, just don't think that he's good enough to be the Arsenal captain. Someone like Wilshere needs to be captain, someone that's bossing that midfield, someone that's bossing the whole team really. Vermaelen, I don't see him doing much, I don't see him captaining, I don't see him pointing, I don't see him shouting at players. Didn't see him doing that at all, but he's a great defender. Happy for him to have a good performance today, especially filling in for Per Mertesacker. I think he's going to have a real headache against Everton because Vermaelen played well, as did Koscielny. I'm not sure if he's going to drop anyone or if he's going to keep Vermaelen. Personally, I'd keep Vermaelen because he did very well today. If he doesn't keep Vermaelen, then we still haven't really got a problem because Per Mertesacker is still a great defender and we have a very strong defence now. Unfortunately though, at the start of the second half, well not really the start, but 56 minutes in, Norwich got a goal. We conceded a free kick very dangerously on the edge of the area, and that's always a dangerous place to give the ball away. It was a great free kick and it was a good goal. Can't take anything away from Norwich, but to be honest, we had dominated the game until this point, and I'm not going to blame defence or Lucas Fabianski because that was just a really good goal by Norwich. Couldn't really do anything about that. Fabianski, I know he didn't go for the ball, but he couldn't have done anything even if he had. The defence, maybe someone should have jumped for that. I know people did try to get to it, but I mean it was still a good goal by Norwich, and they probably, I don't think they deserved the goal, but I'm going to say it was a very good goal by Norwich. And they defended really well today, so I've got to give quite a bit of credit to Norwich because they did defend after they scored that goal, and they did try and hold out for the win. But we pressed Norwich back and back and back, and as time went on, like in the last 20 minutes or something, it really looked like we weren't going to get a goal, but the fans started getting Arsenal's back, and thankfully we were really pressing Norwich. A goal did look like it was going to come, but like a draw wouldn't be enough. But thankfully we did manage to get a penalty in the closing stages of the game. A lot of people have been saying it's not a penalty. Looking back at it, it was a penalty. Giroud was brought down. I think it was Kai Kamara. Definite penalty in my book. Kai Kamara was holding his shirt like that and brought Giroud to the floor. Obvious penalty. Originally the referee wasn't going to give it, but it was the linesman that did it. It's a good penalty by Mikel Arteta. Mark Bunn couldn't quite keep it out. After that we really looked like we were going to go on and win this with minutes remaining, and thankfully Oxlade-Chamberlain came on, as did Theo Walcott and Podolski for, I think it was, I know Podolski came on for Reveiw, which was a smart substitution by Wenger. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain came on for Bakary Sagna, and I think Theo Walcott came on for, I can't quite remember who it was now, but either way, those three substitutions made a big impact for Arsenal. And I actually thought when Podolski came on, he didn't actually do that well. He missed quite a few open goals. There were a couple of chances when the ball came in and he didn't score, and where he should have done. But thankfully Oxlade-Chamberlain came on. The ball came through, it was dug back to him, he crossed it in, and honestly Podolski should have scored that because he came to him first. All he had to do was stick his foot out, but unfortunately he didn't. But either way, there was a mix-up between Sebastian Bassong and Olivier Giroud. Either way, it ended up in the back of the net. Either way, it was a goal for Arsenal. 2-1 up. Norwich didn't seem to press us that much after that point. We defended really well. We dominated. 6 minutes at a time, and there was a ball floated over to Walcott. He was offside, has to be admitted. That was a poor decision by the linesman. Walcott was offside at this point after the header from Giroud. He took it around his man and he played it back to Podolski, who made a really good finish. Not sure what's going on with Podolski at the moment. I'm hearing that he's being linked to Juventus. I can't see him leaving. We haven't even had him a year yet. But I think Podolski's going to stay. He can do something for us like he did today. But up until that point, he didn't really look interested in the game, which is something I was quite worried about. And his shots on goal, his effort was really appalling. But that was a great goal by him. Hoping that'll give him confidence. I'm hoping that Wenger will start him against Everton because he has got a lot to prove. I'm not sure what's going to go on about Everton. And another thing that I just want to quickly discuss is what's happened to Wojciech Szczesny. Our number one goalkeeper wasn't even on the bench today. No news of an injury. But I can't see him getting his spot back because Fabianski was absolutely amazing today. He couldn't do anything about their goal, so I'm not going to criticise him for that. But his work rate today was amazing. I mean, he has so much passion for the game. I mean, when we scored, he was running all over the pitch. He went over to hug Arsene Wenger when we scored our second goal. That guy has so much passion for the game, and he showed it today with some subliminal saves. He was absolutely amazing for Arsenal. I just can't see Szczesny getting that spot back because Fabianski was just amazing today. And in my opinion, he's got to be Arsenal's man of the match. Fabianski today was Arsenal's man of the match because when we scored, when we equalised, he kept us in the game because they could have scored a couple, once or twice more. Yeah, so yeah, in my opinion, Fabianski was the man of the match today for Arsenal, and he was that player that stood out. Alright guys, that's been my review on the Arsenal versus Norwich City match. If you did enjoy this, please press the like button and subscribe if you want to see more Arsenal reviews and chants from the match. Also, please check out my video of Mikel Arteta's penalty against Norwich today. I'll put that in the description box below. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.